Hello, this in this video I'm gonna show you how to find how to solve percent problems. These are some type of problems that we encounter in real life, and sometimes we need to get percentages of actual numbers, or sometimes we just need to see if we have an actual number, what percent of the total that number actually represent. So such problems, they're not really hard to solve. We just need to translate into mathematical terms so we can actually solve them. And by that I mean you just need to translate to an equation, and that would be easily solved by you. Okay, so let's see. Let's say for this problem, for example, it says the number 22 is what percent of 40. So you have the number 22. You want to know what percent of 40 is actually 22. Okay, so one way you can solve this, which is very easy for you to do, is by translating. So the number 22, you can just represent that by 22, okay, because that's the number 22, okay, is, you use an equal sign here, all right, is what percent, which is what you need to find because you don't know it. What percent, so you don't know that, you're gonna call it x or whatever the variable you want, of 40. Of is the multiplication sign here, and 40, okay, that's it. So to read this again, the number 22 is what percent of 40, okay. Then once I write it this way, it's, as you can see, it's very easy to solve. So this is just 22 equals to x times 40, which is like 40x, okay. Then how do you solve for x here? Because that's what you need. What percent? That's what you need. So you just need to divide by 40, both sides by 40, okay. And you have x equals to 55. When you divide by 40, 22, I'm saying by 40. So this will give you 55%. So 0.55, okay? So that's it. So very easy for you guys to do. You just need to translate what you have. It's the number 22 is what percent of 40. By the way, again, what do? You need to translate. The number 22 is an equal sign. What percent is what you don't know, what you need. So that's x of multiplication sign 40. Then this is just an easy linear equation. So you just solve for x. That's it. That's all you got. Very easy to do. Okay. How about another one? Let's try this one. Let's see now if you have, let me erase this so I can give you another one. Let's say now, if it's written another way, if it's written this way, like the number let me use a different marker here. All right, let's do the number 150, for example. So the number 150, okay, is 40% of what number? So for example, you may have an actual number, and you want to know how much as a percentage of the of an actual number it is, but you don't know that number. So what number? You need the number whose 40% is 150. Now, in real life, you will have such situations in which you need to know, hey, if I know 150 is 40% of something, so what's that number? What was that number then? Okay, so again, you don't need to think of it like, being so hard that you can't even think of that number. Wait, one thing you can do here, you just need to make sure you translate again into mathematical terms. Make an equation and it will be very easy for you to solve, okay? So just get that equation, okay? The number 150, you know, that's just 150 into mathematical terms is, this is an equal sign. Now, 40%, okay? Remember that, 40%, that's 40%. You're not changing anything here. Of what? Of what number? You don't know. The of is right here. What number is what you don't know. So this is x, okay? So keep that in mind. It's 150, the number 150, which is 150, is an equal sign. 40% of multiplication sign. What number? X, because you don't know the number, okay? Now, what's next? Well, so it's just 150 equals to 40% of x. That's 0.40 x, right? Because 40 divided by 100 is just 0.40, right? Then times x. Now, obviously, you know, it will be now very easy for you to get x because you can just divide both sides by 0.40. 0.40 to get that actual number you need, okay? So divide by 0.40 x is, and you use your calculator, you know, 150 divided by 0.40 x is 375, okay? So the actual number whose 40% is 150 is actually 375, okay? So how did I get this? Well, it's not that bad. You just need to make sure you translate what you have into mathematical terms, and you know. So any type of problems, any percent problems you may have, in this case here, like one sentence given to you, you need to know the actual number. For example, they could have said, what number is 40% of, and we can do this. Let me show you. What number is 40% of 375? Okay, and that will be the 150. Okay, let me show you. So either way, you can change this and you should still be able to solve it. Okay, so I'm gonna write this now in a different way. What number? Let's say we didn't know the 150. So the question would be, what number is 40% of 375? Okay, in this case, what number would be x, because we don't know it, would be the equal sign 40% of 375. Okay, so what number is 40% of 375? Okay, then x would be equal to 0.40, because that's 40%, times 375, and x will be 150, okay? So this is it, very easy for you to do. Just remember, you just need to translate what you have into mathematical terms. You know what number, that's x because you don't know it, is an equal sign. 40% is just 0.40, or 40% of multiplication here. 375 is just 375. So you just keep translating into an equation, and once you get that equation, it's very easy for you to just, you know, solve the equation for x, and x is basically what you needed. Okay, so you can have those questions written different ways. For example, the first one I did, the number 22 is what percent of 40, something like that. Then you solve for the percent, that's what you needed, right? And a second way could be the number 150 is 40% of what number. So you basically need the number whose percentage is actually 40, okay? And the last thing you may have is what number, the actual number. So sometimes you'll be asked to give the number, okay? Sometimes you'll be asked to give the percentage, and sometimes it's what the original number was, okay? What the original number was. So you could always solve all these three types I just spoke about just by translating. You go from the sentence, you know, the word statement, you just go from there to mathematical terms, which is just an equation, then you solve for it. Very easy to do. All right, thank you.